Hello again, Stroke Club. Welcome back. Another day. Today we're starting with Last Epoch like yesterday. There might be some Wilson later in the evening, but for now I wanna get some more stuff in Last Epoch. We'll see. We'll see what it would be for the end of the day. But I wanna do some more grinding, some more farming, trying to squeeze more out of this mage. Maybe later I might switch to another character, like the Beastmaster that I've got, we'll see. So let's just go into the game and see how it is. How it goes today with the grind. Just checking if everything's working well. I think we're good to go, yeah, let's enter. So I've been upgrading and upgrading this setup bit by bit, item by item, craft by craft. And it's shaping up well. I think the passives are already kind of sorted. I mean, yeah, I could get more points here. I could get this maxed out. I could get this 1 point here. And then after that, there won't be that much stuff that I would want to get. I do want to try sometimes a version of the build that uses fire things, but for now I'm sticking to the cold setup. So I'm gonna go and do some monoliths, get some keys, and then do some arena. Do you wanna give them damage or frenzy and haste when hit? For 7 timelines. I'd rather not give them damage that much. So let's see with this thing. And hello Ritkito. I'm not sure whether I can call Last Epoch better than Wilson. They're just different games. They appeal to different things I like. Last Epoch has much more quality of life than Wilson. And if they fix the performance problems, it's gonna be much more pleasant to play. So we'll see what the next patch in Last Epoch brings me. The thing you can expect from Last Epoch is at least you're not stuck to playing just a few builds like in Wilson if you wanna be doing the best content. Every class has a build that can do the best content, as you can see from the leaderboards. You can see on the leaderboards, every class has some sort of top player with it. That means every class must have a good viable build for high level arenas out there to be found, with items, with skills and passives, etc. synergizing well. I'm not even putting this game into the same league as Wosen, even though they are competitors actually, but for me they're kind of filling different needs right now, because Wosen has so many things that are just not working well. It has the visuals sorted, but it doesn't have the core, the soul of the game sorted, the progression as well, so to speak. I like that Wilson doesn't walk you into classes and you can freely respec, but if the things you can respect are not as viable, yeah, it's kind of in need of fixes. But this game is so nice. I mean, I really enjoy playing both this game and Wilson, but at the moment this game I enjoy playing more than Wilson until certain things in Wilson change. I'm also expecting to stop enjoying playing this game as much as I do when they add certain things like death penalties and so on, and leaks. But until they add those, I will be enjoying it and playing it in the beta. Let's see what else I can pick up here. Rings. Well, let's just pick up some stuff. Oh yeah, what was the name of the wand I need to be looking out for? Prophecy wand. I need to start picking prophecy wands, a lot of those. I'm really enjoying the endgame systems in this game. Really a big fan of both the monolith and the arena system. Oh, Glyph of the Guardian, 4 of those. That's a very nice start of the day. 4 Glyphs of the Guardian. Right now, Glyphs of the Guardian I need the most. Let's see here. What does this give me? Crit strike, avoidance, glancing bolts, vitality. Yeah, I don't think I can get this to be as good. The ETA on the release for this game, I would say by the end of the year, probably winter, either autumn or winter. Some people are saying in the summer, but I don't think summer is where we're gonna see the release. But I might be wrong. Basically, what I can tell you for this game is this is the timeline. We are currently in phase 2. And phase 3 is coming, I think, this week, next week, the week that's starting tomorrow. So next week is supposedly update 077, and 077 supposedly would bring some of the things from phase 3. Maybe not all of those, but some of those. And I would say another 2, 3, maybe 4 months until phase 4 is fully released. So if it's March right now, let's say July, August, September, the earliest is my guess. This is just me guessing. Who knows? Maybe there's more stuff than what's in the timeline that they wanna add. Maybe some things would take longer. At least we know it's gonna be this year. We know they're aiming for shipping this year. Yeah, early access games can be tricky. I mean, it's a gamble. With early access games, it's a gamble. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it isn't. I'm happy that I bought this game to play when I'm waiting for Wilson to get better and more user friendly and less grindy and so on. And this game is scratching that hack and slash itch. Especially since I know I can't stream Torchlight 3 right now. I wish I could. Would have been nice to stream Torchlight 3, but the NDA no longer allows me to stream it. So this game is filling the void when I'm in between games and stuff like that. But there will be some Warhammer Chaosbane next week with the next update. I'm enjoying the systems in the game though. I can definitely tell you I've got some favorite things in the game that have been done well. And the quality of life in this game is more than many games have had on launch. Which is impressive, having that much quality of life. And hey, Root Foxes, nice to see you again. It is going good. It is going good. I hope it's going good for you too. And yeah, Wilson, it is a good game in its core, but it's missing a soul. It's missing something that makes it unique, that makes it what it is. In the alpha and in the beta, Wilson had that uniqueness, especially in the alpha. In the alpha, Wilson really felt like that game that could be um, something different. Now it's just more of the same brought together, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing that Wilson has more of the things that other games give us put into the same place. It's just nothing special right now, and it's so bare bones, exactly as you said, so bare bones in regards to the endgame content that it's funny. And not just that, in regards to bugs and quality of life whacking in the game and stuff like that. I mean, this game has more quality of life than Wilson, and this game is in beta, which should kind of tell you enough regarding this. But the biggest mistake Wilson's devs did is releasing so much content that was never tested. Even 1 or 2 weeks of testing the content that the game launched with would have allowed them to find so many bugs. They just didn't give the beta testers chance to test a huge percentage of the content that Wilson launched with. And now they're suffering for it, but hopefully they manage to survive these tough times in regards to keeping their mind intact and so on. Because I know there's a lot of people whining about bugs and glitches and all of that, and that's normal. I mean, people would be unhappy when there's bugs and glitches. I'm personally patient. I can wait for the bugs and glitches to get fixed in a game and play another game for the meantime. I'm still going to Wilson every now and then, like yesterday I did some fun testing. Alpha, when it was Umbra, not only looked amazing, it felt amazing, because in the Umbra Alpha and later the Wilson Alpha, you had a lot of fun stuff that was kind of original. You had that open world where you can teleport from one waypoint to another without big loading screens. It was loading that whole big map, so you could walk from one end of the map to the other end on foot if you wanted to. And you had those side zones with the named bosses, etc. You had some interesting challenges. The endgame they later added, like a coliseum, like an arena in Wilson, was super nice because you had different challenges with traps and time and all of that. Of course it was so bare in regards to features and things like that, that it was super lacking. So there's good things about the alpha, but there's also good things that the beta had. But the major problem the game is facing right now, apart from the bugs and exploits, is the lack of balance in regards to passives and skill modifiers and things like that. Some skills are severely overpowered compared to others. And it's not that the skills are overpowered, it's that the others are underpowered. That's how I like to look at it right now. I think many skills have broken skill nodes, which is one of the reasons why they're so weak in Wilson. This game I've not encountered such annoying game breaking things that ruin the balance, that make it unbearable to use a certain skill for me. So at the moment I'm assuming there's plenty of build variety in this game from what I'm seeing. Well, I can tell you one thing about Wilson. What they did is, when they changed from alpha to beta, they basically did alpha version 2.0. Because they just didn't want to keep the name alpha in there. They wanted to separate the alpha from the beta. And what got released was open beta instead of a completely ready game. So let's say the beta of Wilson was alpha 2.0 after the rework, and the launch was the open beta. Well, whoever told you that root foxes must have kind of been over exaggerating. Bleeding Edge has always been a strong and overpowered skill, but first of all, the modifiers that make Bleeding Edge as strong as it is right now were not existing in the alpha, in the beta. So whoever told you that must be lying, because half of the skill modifiers on Bleeding Edge did not exist back then. And Bleeding Edge was not the strongest damage skill. the strongest damage you could get from Warpath, from a movement skill. So the strongest single hit you could get from Warpath. And many of the books actually didn't exist in the beta. So whoever told you this must be making things up, because I can tell you, I've played Wolsen since its very early days, and when they added Bleeding Edge in the beta, or was it the alpha? I think they added it in the beta, I think it wasn't there in the alpha, but when Bleeding Edge was in the beta, it was one of the strongest skills. With for a while in the early beta days, Retaliator builds were super strong with Bleeding Edge, because there was not a single crit chance you lose. Now you lose 50% crit chance, not crit chance score but crit chance, when you're using Retaliator. And back then everyone was using Retaliator builds regardless whether it's Bleeding Edge or not. Most people were using Bleeding Edge. And after that they kind of nerfed this and people stopped using that much Retaliator builds. But that didn't stop Bleeding Edge from being a strong skill as a melee option. And mages have always been at the bottom tier since the beginning of beta. In alpha, mages felt strong, and rangers, crossbow rangers, were super strong in the alpha with dash builds. But yeah, mind you, half of the skill modifiers were not there in the beta. The modifier that currently makes Bleeding Edge as strong as it is was not existent. And it's not Bleeding Edge that is strong, it's Mark of Impurity and the explosions. And it's also the modifier of how many % damage a certain skill gets per level. You can't have only 0.3% damage for Slayer's Fury and then give things like Bleeding Edge over 2%, or things like the hammer, the throwing hammer, 1.5, and I think 1.0 was Anvil's Wall, and 1.8 I think was what was its name? The chains. You can see how bad some of the skills scale as you level them up compared to others in Wolsen. So yeah, Wolsen's team didn't know about those bugs. There were many other bugs in the beta, some of them were fixed. Some of them unfortunately remained. But the major things that I really didn't like about the beta kind of got fixed, and I was surprised. There are still some things that by getting those things fixed they introduced new bugs. Like, for example, Warpath was a skill that I could use and then I would end up bumping into rocks or other things on the ground, and that would stop my skill and make me use the shockwave at the end of the skill which I normally used. Now what happens is I'm using Warpath and then I bump into the rocks, and instead of stopping the skill it starts going the other way, which is even worse. Cause yeah, it's kind of bringing you back from where you started, so not the best thing to be adding while trying to fix a bug. And I've not seen such annoying things in this game, which is quite nice to have a game in a beta without that many things that are annoying and broken. Alright, 53 increased fire damage from maximum of 60. I'm gonna be keeping that. Well, they will be taking a 4-month process of polishing Wolsen. They're holding back on the content that they were planning. They were planning on releasing content new content for WoW in the first 4 months. Now they've decided to, instead of focus on new content, to focus on polishing and making the core game better. And after those 4 months, they would start releasing the new content. So they're pushing the new content back. There's also gonna be microtransactions cosmetics, which are also very low on the priority list. You would be able to get some cosmetics like capes and other items like that, visual only, if you want to. And all the new content would be free. So all the new content that would be coming to Wilson would be free. You're not gonna be buying expansions. You're gonna be getting that for free. So I'm just gonna give them time and be patient. For now, I will be making some non-meta 187 builds. Rather, I'm gonna be focusing on making builds that can do 163 content in Wilson, because 163 can still give you the best stats an item can get. I need percent dodge chance, by the way, percent dodge rating. Percent dodge rating to upgrade. Was it this thing? Yeah, this thing. Yeah, but Path of Exile is a free-to-play game. Wilson is a buy-to-play game. So normally buy-to-play games sell expansions. But since Wilson decided to add a cash shop item, cash shop in-game, it's probably coming in 4, 5, 6 months. This cash shop stuff with the cosmetics, they would be able to provide free content. If they didn't have microtransactions, eventually they would run out of cash and would not be able to get free content and would have to go for the expansions system. So, so I personally am very happy that they would be adding cosmetics. I may not be buying cosmetics, at least not immediately, but I know many people would. I know many people love their fancy schmancy capes and hats and weapons and everything like that, like skins that they can flaunt and show their support that way. As long as they don't go overboard with the microtransactions like Path of Exile, something that kind of is eye cancer. If they don't go for eye cancer effects, I will be behind the idea of that. So time will tell what they're thinking of adding. Oh, and Machvesh, regarding Chaos Bane, Chaos Bane's problems were different. It was not the end game content. It was the lack of builds, the lack of balance. So first of all, you only had 3 sets when the game launched. They actually eventually added a fourth set for Quas, but those 4 sets limit you to making builds around the heroic skills that the set gives you. If they went for sets that give you 3 stats to get the most out of it, so you don't have to get the full set, there would have been a bit more variety. If, for example, you get the heroic skill when you have 3 pieces of the set, and if you have a second set, you can get a second heroic skill, but you can only use one heroic skill at the same time from a set or something like that. I think the whole set system is super bad game design when it comes to when it comes to itemization. If you go the Diablo 3 route where you collect a full set and then you're done, that's super limiting to the player's freedom. If you go for soft sets where you just need 2, 3, 4 pieces maximum, and then the rest can be uniques or legendaries and things like that, then it works nice. See, this game gets it right. The 2 sets that this game has is accessories, and it's only 3 pieces of a set. So this game definitely gets it right. Allow people to have customized builds that stem from build enabling uniques and legendaries and custom crafting rare items and things like that. So Wolsen is doing things kind of okay as well, but Chaosbane Chaos Bane is kind of going into that trap of Diablo 3 type of system. Exactly, sets are good, but they shouldn't be the best in the game. There should be some sort of starting point that can get you up to a certain place in the end game, but after that you might want to be using something that's unique. I'd much rather have unique items that modify your skills and give you heroic skills, the same way some weapons in Chaos Bane work right now, as opposed to having to collect a full set. I'm a big fan of build enabling uniques and legendaries and custom crafting your weapon from a rare or a magic item and so on. And this is very limiting. Also, some skills are so badly balanced in Chaos Bane that it's funny. How in one class people are only using 3 or 4 skills in their skill bar. The rest is just super bad. Perfect example is the dwarf Bragi. Most builds would be using Anvil's Strike of the Anvil. Most dwarven builds for Bragi are Strike of the Anvil builds if you want to be using meta stuff. If you want to be doing some of the easy content, everything would be fine, even a spin to win. But yeah, it doesn't feel right. Diablo 3 was a hot mess at launch. Now it's still a hot mess, but not that bad. Now, if they remove the limit, if they remove the unlimited paragons and other limit to the rifts, it would be a bit better. And of course, if they add more items that are not set items and are viable for endgame, it would be nice. They kind of made sets too powerful in Diablo right now. I mean, you still have what was it, Legacy of Nightmares, Litany of Undaunted or whatever it was called, the LON build. You still have that, but I think they should make a limit for the paragons, like 1200, 1500, something like that, as a max paragon level, and then add a max rift level, and then get people to compete for time instead of to compete for who pushes further. It would be nice to have people competing for better time. So let's say maximum rift 120 or 130 or 140 or whatever, something like that.
I am not a man of many pockets.
It would make the game much more pleasant for some people who don't have that much time to spend and who don't use bots for leveling while sleeping. So many of the games have things I don't like, but many of the games have things I do like. I've always said that, and I still stand behind it. Path of Exile has the most things I like in a game, but at the same time it has the most things I dislike about a game. So there's that. Okay, let's pick some more stuff.
I am not a man of many pockets. I am not a man of many pockets. I am not a man of many pockets.
Okay, let's take the shield then. This game still doesn't have multiplayer, but it's supposedly coming in its first instance. The first instance of the multiplayer is supposed to come with Phase 3. So pretty soon, next week maybe we would be able to test it. I'm not sure how the phases roll out. Do they roll out all of the things of a phase at the same time? Or do they roll out the things of a certain phase one by one, two by two, etc.? But yeah, a lot of stuff is coming and there's a lot of stuff to be excited about in this game. Can't wait for most of the things that they've announced. Okay. There's also back to the thing here. So in phase 2 they were saying animation, not animation updates, they were saying character introductions. So they've recently said that they're working, they're ready to release the character introductions soon. And they teased some images. So they teased this image from the mage introduction. You can see the mage, and they released a primalist introduction. So there's gonna be a short animation, short video when you select your character, and when you start the playthrough, that would play. So this was supposed to be a phase 2 thing, but it still hasn't rolled out. So I'm assuming that they don't roll all the content from a certain phase in one go. They add it bit by bit throughout the updates that are part of this phase. So we'll see. We'll see how and which things they would be adding in that next phase that's starting soon. A really neat percent dodge rating. Okay, let's do this. Uh, well, actually, I'm gonna sell this. My opinion, let's see what Root Fox has said. His opinion is this is especially in D3. He doesn't like that person can play in a group, get gear from their teammates, able to do so great risks and get top of leaderboard where a solo player is not able to compete. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting, Root Foxes. And this is where so self-found leaks can be very good for characters, for people who play solo all the way. People who play solo all the way. So this is what is nice. Brun Scadwer, you're welcome, dude, and Carnifex, hello, Carney. But yeah, that's why soul leagues are good for solo players. So if you wanna compete with others and you're playing solo, it's always nice to have leagues that reward solo play, and that, for example, like the solo part here, you're not able to use your shared stash, and you're not able to trade with others. I'm assuming eventually. Just a moment, I wanna compare. I wanna compare which one is better. Duplicates all the way. 33, 35, 31 and 27. So far this is better. Yeah, this is the better one. This is gonna get sold. 81, 85. Okay, this is better. So let's sell those two. Trying to clear out some of the duplicate items I got yesterday and some days before that. So 21, 25. Well, is one word better than 4% attack speed? I mean, this is maxed attack speed, 1 word. If it was 2 word difference, I probably would have kept the other one. Alright, I'm ready for the next one. Oh, I'm not. That's gonna be a quick sell. Chance to chew on hit 266. Yeah, this is wow damage. Wow damage. But yeah, as I said, this game is doing sets right. You don't need to have a full set. Soft sets are nice. Having 3 pieces as a set instead of 6 or 5 or 7 pieces of a set feels nice because it's not limiting your build. It's not telling you, yeah, get those items, get those 7 items, and anything else in those slots is wasted. It's not telling you this. It's telling you maybe get 2 or 3 items of that set for those bonuses, but know that sets are not super overpowered. And uniques and custom crafted rares would be more powerful in the end. This is how it is in this game. I mean, I did use a set with 2 rings and an amulet for a while, until I could find better accessories and make better accessories. But yeah, many games don't get the core, the soul of the game right. They don't get the thing that makes the game itself. And some people fail with the itemization, other people fail with the end game, others fail with the combat. So as long as they know what needs to be improved, as long as the developer knows what the game is lacking and focuses on that area, any game can become good, even if it had a bad start, even if it's in a bad state right now. Eventually it might become better. People just need to prioritize the important things for the game, and the important things are different for each game depending on the state it's in. I'd say for Wilson right now they just need to fix the bugs and add more balancing and probably remove some of the grindiness. But I'm not expecting them to remove the grindiness, but I am expecting to get all the bugs fixed and to get the balancing be better in the game. And for this game I'm expecting the opposite. For this game I know there's some bugs, but there aren't as many as Wilson. This game, what it needs is, as I said, improvements in the visual department. Animations, graphics, etc. is what most people are saying feel outdated. I like the gameplay here, I like the classes, I like the variety of skills. And as long as they keep adding more items that open up builds and they keep adding more skills for each mastery and class to open up new ways to play the class, it would be fun to make builds in the game. Let's see. Okay. Evasion. Let's take the evasion. Still not seeing scouts items. I really need scouts items.
Life support systems repaired.
Aneurysm, subscribe to Twitch Prime for 2 months. Thank you very much, Aneurysm, for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Struck Pub to you again.
I am not a man
And how
of
have you
many
been,
pockets.
aneurysm? And Root Fox says he's still playing Wilson and enjoying it for what it is. A game more than ARPGs. The more RPGs, the better. I think that's just yeah. Root Foxes, I can agree. Wilson can still be fun if you're not focusing on clearing the hardest content. I mean, there's a ton of builds that can do 130, 140 content. There's also not as many, but quite a few builds that can do 163 content. And 163 content is all you need for the best items in the game. You're not gonna get as much XP, but you
I
can
am not
still
a man
get
of many
plenty of
pockets.
stats at 163. You can still get the best possible rolls on an item doing 163 content. So as long as people know that and can enjoy it, that's fine. I mean, there are glitches that are kind of annoying when an enemy pushes me into the ground and I fall into the bottom in the mesh, or when an enemy pushes me into the environment and then I can't move away from there because I'm stuck and I'm playing solo, so there's no ally to teleport to. And those are the bugs that kind of annoy me. The ones that kind of make me unable to complete my map and having to start over. Whereas if it's a weird bug that I can avoid, I can kind of laugh at the bug and then move on without it affecting my gameplay, I'm fine with that. As long as it gets fixed eventually. And yeah, Last Epoch has a little player base, but that's how it is for indie games when they're in beta. If you look at the Wilson player base before launch, you're gonna see kind of similar numbers. Just look at Wilson before the launch, the player base. There were barely any people playing 3 weeks or 4 weeks before the game launched. I think 2 weeks before the game launched is when the hype started building up, people started watching streams of Wilson and so on. This is amazing, by the way. This 46 cold damage. I'm gonna keep this. But yeah, Last Epoch may not have the big player base right now, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a lot of potential to become a title that many people play and enjoy. It has a lot of things that have been done right, that feel nice. So let's shatter this and this. So now I need to upgrade the percent dodge rating over here. Please don't fail. 76%. Yes. 66%. Well, it broke. It broke, but at least we tried. It's not so bad. What else is not broken? This is not broken. This is not broken. What did I need? My crit strike avoidance is 94%, so I need a little bit more and a little bit more glancing. 2 more percent glancing. This is not fractured. I think my glancing is done. 101. Okay, now I need a bit more crit strike avoidance. And this is tier 5, right? This is tier 5 crit avoidance. What about this one? I think this is also tier 5. This one, this is also tier 5. Well, that's gonna be a tough one to get. This could be upgraded for other things though. Please don't break. Nice. Can we get some more? Tier 5, tier 5. Nice, tier 5. Nice. We're getting there. Let's see what my crit multiplier is now and crit strike chance. 29 spell crit chance. Not bad. Not bad. And Aneurysm says he may pick up Last Epoch. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Well, I think he might have done his research though. He's been watching me for quite some time. But yeah, I mean, people keep asking me questions, and I'm a newbie in the game, so I can't answer all the questions as good as a veteran player would. But there have been quite a few veteran players in my chat answering some of those questions instead of me, which I'm really thankful for. Um, but yeah, sometimes if you go to a stream and ask questions, you might get the information uh, easier than trying to sort through pages and pages of forum comments, and kind of sometimes it's hard to sort through those. So 30 more crit strike multiplier or 3 more flat damage. I'm not sure what's better. Let's say I made a mistake and sought the flat damage one. 14%, 47, 13%, 53. 69 armor, 97 armor. Okay, I'm just gonna do this here. Oh, about in general, yeah, many people like the sheep mentality. Many people like that sheep mentality, like a streamer with thousands of viewers, um, who is, for example, for example, a variety streamer playing the next new game for a week or so until he's done, and then moves on to the next one. And then all their viewers kind of do the same they do, because I don't know, they just like doing that. Some people just love that sheep mentality, love copying what their favorite streamer is doing, and there's nothing wrong about that as long as they enjoy playing the game, um, and don't buy it and then end up not liking it and bashing and trashing the game in the forums and reddits and whatever. As long as they have the decency to admit if they've bought a game that's not right for them but is still a good game, that's fine, I guess. I personally prefer to play the game myself and test it, but sometimes if I can't play it, I admit I would probably get it as a cracked version to play it and test it before buying it. If I can. If the game cannot be obtained as a cracked version, I would go and resort to testing it via watching videos and reading about the game. But it's much easier to play the game and find out whether it's right for you opposed to watching a video or a stream. Some things you just can't see in the video or stream immediately. But some people, all they need is just to see a little bit of gameplay and they're already sold. Like for example, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm so excited about the game, even though I've just seen that 1 hour demo from the devs, from Warian Studios, showing Baldur's Gate 3. I am already hyped, and if I can, I would definitely buy it and play it and stream it. It's not a hack and slash ARPG like the normal ones I play, but I'm pretty sure I would enjoy it a lot. Some old school RPG stuff going on there with a lot of new things as well. So Baldur's Gate 3, definitely looking forward to it. Even though it's far from what I normally play. It just looks so fun. What I think about dot potion bow build in Wosen. Almost strongest build, or is there better? I'm not sure what dot potion is. Do you mean something like anomaly plague burst and with wailing arrows? What is a dot potion build? What skills does it use? If you tell me what skills it's using, Ritkitu, I can tell you what I think about the build. Cause I really avoid watching other people's builds, so if someone has a build out there and is using a weird name about the build, I'm not gonna have an idea what that build is about. But if you tell me a build with this skill and that skill and that skill and this modifier and this passive, then I would know what you're talking about. Wailing Arrow with Trio Belt and Ailment damage. Well, you're gonna need a lot of cooldown reduction for Wailing Arrows. And I would suggest getting a bow that can cast Anomaly. If you can get a bow that can cast Anomaly, you can do a lot of great things with a build like that. This is gonna be my suggestion. Get a bow with Anomaly. I've got one, but I'm saving it for myself. I'm trying to make that Anomaly bow myself for a similar build.
I am not a man of many pockets.
But you can use a pistol and a catalyst and still get a decent build without needing a bow. Just putting it out there. Oh wow, out and tapped by accident.
I cannot do that.
Okay, let's start picking up some other stuff. Deflection. I want deflection. I need percent dodge chance. Percent dodge chance. Really need items with that. What needed percent dodge chance? This was fractured, so I'm not gonna use it on that one. But this one is not fractured and can use an upgrade. Actually, it can use 4 upgrades more if I'm lucky. Mark of Impurity might get nerfed, and Mark of Impurity also might not get nerfed. In any case, they should just start buffing other things. Especially if they're planning on nerfing Mark of Impurity, that means they would definitely need to start buffing other things. So that even without the mark they would do some bonus damage. But yeah, this build seems fun, and I would say try and try a pistol version of the build first, with anomaly, um, wailing arrows, and maybe something like a plague burst, but maybe fire version of plague burst if you want to go for fire wailing arrows. Plague Burst would be super strong when it gets fixed, because Plague Burst has a bonus skill modifier that gives you more damage of the explosions based on how many ailment stacks an enemy has. So similar to Bleeding Catch and Blade Storm. So when this starts working, because it doesn't right now, Plague Burst would be great for such builds. You said Dot Explosion. Well, Plague Burst is the best thing that describes a Dot Explosion actually. If someone tells me Dot Explosion, the first thing that comes to mind for me is Plague Burst, because it has explosions that get bonus damage based on dots. And yeah, Anomaly, Plague Burst and Wailing Arrows. I actually tested this the other day with a pistol and it was not bad. It was not bad. Poison Explosion is nice.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Grimoire of Necrotic Elixirs. I think I've got that one somewhere. I'm gonna check it later. And between those 59, 59, 49, 42, 57, 44. This seems like the better. I'm gonna sell this and keep this. Okay, let's sell. Pretty sure I got dodge percent item somewhere here. Dodge percent. But I got an arena key. Have you tried melee in this game? Yeah, I did try melee. I did try the primalist, the beastmaster. So I was playing a melee beastmaster for a bit. I wanna try a void knight and I wanna try a spellblade as well. Uh, so this one I wanna try it. And the Void Knight is also something I'm super interested in testing out. So when I do have time to test all the things I want to, I will do so for sure. What am I unable to pick? A helmet. Oh boy. There we go. And yeah, melee is not bad. I'm loving the way melee feels in the game. It doesn't feel broken, it doesn't feel overpowered. But I can tell you that people are saying the druid, the werebear, is super strong. So keep that in mind. The werebear apparently with the right build can be super strong. So if you're into transformation builds, you might want to give the werebear a try. Definitely not a care bear build. Dodge. Still not seeing the percent dodge. Alright, let's start breaking stuff. Crit strike avoidance and glancing bows. And vitality. And cooldown. Wow, this has all the stats I want in a helmet. In the same place. Well, okay, I'm gonna be crafting this shit. This is just too good to miss out on. Glancing bow, cold damage. If I add dodge rating to this, it's gonna be better than my other ring. Okay, I'm keeping this. So I'm gonna try and craft this thing. Basically, I need the crit strike avoidance upgraded. This is all I need upgraded on this item right now. So I need more guardian runes. If I get this crit strike avoidance to higher than 31, it can go all the way to 37 at tier 5, I will be super happy. Cause I've already got almost the same glancing bows. And the vitality is almost the same, just one less. But I've got 10% increased cooldown recovery, which I really need for teleport and other things like black hole. Such a nice find of a helmet. I'm gonna try and make sure I don't sell this item. So let's put it, I'm gonna say number 2 in the middle. This one as well. So let's go ahead and do some arena. See how far I can push it. Do some farming there for guardian runes. It definitely is a grizzly experience. I'm having the puns. Inventory Tetris. If melee can feel heavy. I mean, you can invest into dodge rating, into glancing bows, into crit strike avoidance, and still be strong even without using a shield, while using a two-handed item. I might start a melee character next. I was waiting for the Blade Dancer to get added, and then I was planning on playing a melee. So once they add the Blade Dancer, believe me, I'm gonna be starting one myself. Blade Dancer kind of reminds me of the buffer class in Lineage 2. paying buffers in town to give you Blade Dancer buffs, or keeping a Blade Dancer, dual boxing a Blade Dancer to walk after you and give you buffs. Kind of fun, but yeah, not really. And then they added private servers where you could pay an NPC to give you those buffs, but for an hour or half an hour, instead of having to keep dual boxing someone to follow you around and buff you. I want to see what the Blade Dancer is. I'm assuming it's gonna be some sort of dual wielding assassin kind of warrior, maybe something like that. Can't wait to test it. Oh, the auto aim guy. Is he exploding? Self-destruct sequence initiated. Okay, first few levels a bit boring, but they're gonna go faster. Okay. And I like that in this game you're not stuck to using rope items with a mage. You're not stuck to using heavy items with a tank. You can use heavy items on a mage. You can use ropes on a tank if you want. You're not stuck to just using that one armor type with that hero. And this is super nice for me, as it opens up a lot of possibilities of making a build. If you wanna get more armor, go ahead, get that heavy. Level 77, nice. Glyph of Guardian. So let's max out this thing, and then next I'm gonna need a point here and a point here, and then keep pumping this. Do I want vitality for resistances? I mean, if I get 8 vitality, it is gonna give me 8 times 15 void necrotic and poison protection. The storage is not that bad, but it's not the best. But it has a lot of quality of life. You can see you have 6 taps, and they can always add more if they want to. They can maybe add more taps on the side, or maybe condense it a little and add more taps here. But I think 6 is not bad. It's a plenty of storage, way more than Wilson is giving us for what Wilson's items have. Wilson's 5 taps don't feel as big as this game's 5 taps, for example, and the 6th one. And you have search. I mean, you have search. You can filter things like whoa, and you can say spell. So super nice to filter. Quality of life, man. Quality of life even in a beta. This is what's amazing about this game. Okay. Oh, I've never seen Soulfire. What the hell does this do? Chance to ignite on hit with fire skills and necrotic skills. So chance to ignite with necrotic skills? Increased fire damage if you have killed an enemy recently. Increased armor while ignited. Damn, I wanna buy this just cause I don't have it, and I'm a hoarder as well. I wanna have at least one of every unique item. 8 dodge rating, I'm gonna get this as well. So this 4 mana I no longer need, and 4%, but the 8 dodge rating did give me 1 extra percent. Alright, let's continue. Just gotta drink some water. Shit, accidentally spilled some water while drinking it. Thankfully it fell on me, not on the ground, so that's fine. Unfortunately it fell in my WAP, so the weirdest place to spill water on yourself, your WAP. No, teleport, phew. Ah, this one hurts if you let it hit you. So at the moment I'm just trying to get more dodge rating. I've already got the glancing blows maxed out, and the crit strike avoidance when I'm finished crafting my new helmet should be maxed out, hopefully. I'm just a few percent away, 6% away. And boom. Oh wow, he's chargy. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna do the next round immediately, and then sell stuff later. Tundra Arena, alright. I'll do this. There we go.
I cannot do that.
Group up, group up, group up. There we go. It's so fun with Black Hole. I'm a big fan of that skill. So glad I decided to try it after someone suggested testing it. It's so fun, just look at that, grouping them in place and just spamming the glacier. Didn't like playing a widening build as much as I like playing a glacier build though. And I can't wait to try a multiple fireball build with that unique fireball wand and some offhands and relics that give you bonuses to fire elemental, etc. to see how it goes. I've got that fire damage helmet, I've got that one that gives me extra projectile to fireball. And fireball has a lot of projectile bonuses, and you can even shoot them for a single target damage in the same place, one after the other. With where was it? With this thing. So you can get one fireball from the wand that gives it 2. Then you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're losing 50% of those, so it's 4 projectiles. But they can hit the same target. And they're fired in a sequence. And you can get another 2, so it's gonna be 6 projectiles. No, actually it's gonna be 5, because this one point, one of the 2 would get removed by this thing. But still, 5 projectiles hitting the same target for boss fights would be probably super nice. And fireballs per second, 7. Fireball becomes a channeled ability that rapidly spews fireballs from your hand but rapidly drains your mana. This is interesting. A lot of mana drain though. You're gonna need a lot of mana cost reduction for that one to work well. It's giving you protection while channeling. There's a lot of stuff that gives you bonuses to defenses and things like that while channeling. So that's another thing I might want to explore. Channeled fireball instead of channeled beam. I did not like disintegrate for channeling. I tested it, didn't feel strong enough. I probably didn't test it with the right gear. Ranged enemies. Kind of annoying to deal with on a mage. But yeah, you can see Black Hole sucky goodness.
I cannot do that.
Always loved skills like those in games when playing a mage.
I cannot do that.
Come on. We're still in the early waves, still wave 25. But getting XP nevertheless. Alright, time to sell. Oh, what's this? I need prophecy, so that's not the right one. Still looking for dodge chance percent items. Well, okay. I was crafting on page number 2. I was crafting this thing. I was upgrading the crit strike avoidance. Please don't fail at 93%. So getting there. It will be a great upgrade. Having some extra cooldown reduction on top of the survivability. Alright, this way.
I cannot do that.
Okay, next. Wondering how many enemies I can group up together in one wave. Like, what's the limit of enemies that can spawn in a single wave? If I can group them up together and AoE them, just for science. Like kiting and not killing the enemies until I can group them up all together. To try and break the game the same way Wilson can be broken if you kind of get too many hitting you at the same time and you hitting them. Was not a full wave, but probably quite a few of them. Oh, fuck. Shooty icicle guys. Hey Gawain. You're trying to do a Minotaur impersonation. Okay, the secret Minotaur level. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to be killing some beastmen in the Gnome's Gunnery School next week. Definitely time for some Chaos Bane next week. Kill those beastmen. Can't wait to play the Dwarven Engineer. You know it, you know I'm gonna be doing a playthrough of the story with the dwarf. I'm wondering if I should do a playthrough of the full story or whether I can just get away by doing a Tom King's playthrough. I don't think there's any skill points or passive or what's it called? Not passive, but god skills points that we get from the story. So I guess as long as I can power level the dwarf and maybe just do the Tom King's campaign with it, it should be fine. The winter update is more like early spring update. Yeah, I kind of estimated this month as the release of Kiwa. And that's nice, but do you know why it took this long? Because they're now releasing it simultaneously for PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Normally, you know, the PC update used to come faster than the other platforms, but they took their time to make sure it's ready to release on all platforms at the same time, it seems. Which is nice. They never cared about that in the past, but I guess they're noticing that more people played the game on console than on PC the last few months probably. Dodge. No percent dodge. Well, I'm gonna keep looking. I mean, I can see in the Discord channel that more console players are playing the game, and even on my YouTube channel I'm getting every now and then comments under my Chaosbane build videos from console players. Chaosbane for console is nice, I guess, because there aren't that many ARPG options. You can play Wolsen on console. Diablo you can play on console, but some people might want something different. So for PC you have trainers, cheats and cheating tables and all of that kind of tools to break the game and to cheat with it, but I think on PlayStation you probably don't have those. So on PlayStation maybe it's even safer to say that if you end up grouping up with someone randomly. On consoles it would be a legit player, not a cheater. But in Chaosbane you don't have leaderboard, so I really don't care that much if someone is cheating, as long as they're not cheating while grouped with me. Because if they're cheating in your game, then that kind of ruins the whole experience for the group. If someone wants to be challenged by the game difficulty, not making it easier from the cheats. Yeah, you remember there was someone on my channel some time ago when I was playing Chaosbane that had all different braggy buffs, and he was saying that he didn't know how he's getting those buffs on braggy, and I kept asking, trying to make him spill the beans and admit that he was using some sort of a cheat or whatever, because I could tell that he is using all heroic skills on braggy at the same time. And I thought it could be a bug, and he was claiming it's a bug, but then I realized it might have been a trainer, not a bug. It made no sense for such a bug to only be happening for that one player, and for me to have not seen it once when I've probably spent so much time playing Chaosbane compared to others. KSK91, thank you for the follow, welcome to the Struck Club, really appreciate that. And in the end, yeah, I kind of realized it was a trainer that allowed him to use all god skills on Bragi, to give the whole team all the god skill buffs, like heroic, not god skill but heroic skills, the heroic Strike of the Anvil, the heroic Last Bastion and all of that. It was weird. I also don't remember some heavy game-breaking bugs. My problems with Chaos Bane are not bugs. My problems are other things, such as super annoying map modifiers that don't make the game fun to play. The lack of variety when it comes to making builds due to limited balancing and limited itemization options. And those are things that are kind of the core of the game, so it's kind of difficult to fix. Apart from the balancing, the other things would need a major rework of how the game works, which I'm not expecting to come, but I can still have some fun every time there's a new update in Chaos Bane. I can still try and find some new builds for every hero, and now that there's a new hero, every build would be new for me that I can find on this hero. So that's enough for me to keep me playing Chaos Bane for a bit more. New zones, new hero. Quite a nice thing to have in the game. Which wave? 45 now. Alright. Ah, the graphics bug on the Grimnir set. I don't even remember this one. What was the bug about? Oh, this double braggy. Yeah. I remember it. I remember this one now. Now that you mentioned it, I remember. Sometimes I've actually seen triple braggy, and I was wondering what the hell's going on. Why do I see triple? Am I drunk, or is my character drunk? I mean, he's a dwarf. It makes sense for him to be drunk, but still. Yeah, that was such a weird bug. Weird bug, but we'll see if it still exists with the Forges update next week. I'm assuming it's probably gonna come Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I doubt it's gonna be on Monday or on Friday. Wednesdays are probably the best times to release a patch or an update, because you're gonna have some time for emergency hotfix bug fixing on Thursday and Friday and Wednesday before the weekend. If something unexpected shows up. Let's do the next one. Getting decent XP by the way already here. And I'm still not at wave 60 or 70 yet. Even at wave 50, by reaching it I already got like half a level and some more. Yeah, Chaos Bane might be kind of a dead game right now and not many people playing it, but it's still an okay game. There's many things that feel wrong about it, but there's many things that they actually nailed. They nailed the combat. The combat may not be Wolsen great combat, but it still feels fast paced. It still has very nice smooth animations. And just falling short on other things. And like the current state of Wilson, it's super badly balanced. Some abilities kind of feel wrong on the end game difficulties, the high end difficulties. Also, the RNG of those invasion rings and how useful the invasion rings is kind of a joke. I mean, many people on the Discord channel have been complaining about super bad luck when trying to get good rolls on an invasion ring, and then finding out that that invasion ring is actually super useless. The only useful invasion ring, in my opinion, is the what's its name, the ring of resonance. Apart from that one, I'm not seeing much use on the other rings for most of the builds I've played in Chaos Bane. We'll see how things change next week though. Did they remove some of the annoying map modifiers that are kind of painful to play? Did they rebalance some of the abilities? Or were they focusing only on the new character and not doing anything for the old ones? With that much time to wait for this update, I'm assuming they might have spent some time rebalancing things. Yeah, so many possible stats on the ring. You might end up getting 30 consecutive, 40 consecutive rings, and neither of them could have 3 good rolls on them. I'm not asking for 6 good rolls, I'm asking for 3 good rolls that are useful. Was the limit 6? I think the limit was 6 if I remember correctly. If it was 5, then my mistake. But still, 3 good rolls is something that most of the times I would want in that ring. Like maybe some HP, some crit chance, some cooldown reduction. On some builds like Bragi's build where I need the cooldown. Six on greens, yeah, so exactly, I'm asking for half of the rolls being good when I'm farming those green rings. Not even trying to get 4 or 5, let alone 6, just asking for 3 good rolls. So Chaos Bane needs some sort of a rerolling system like Diablo 3, where you can salvage green items for materials, for cores, for orbs, for whatever you wanna call it. Call it titanium if you want. Just some sort of material that you get from green items, green essence, whatever you wanna call it. And then spending that essence kind of like Diablo 3 to reroll the stats. Maybe getting a choice of 3 or 2 or 5 or whatever stats, just getting a choice to be able to replace one modifier with another. That way getting shit green items would be fine, you know, okay, I don't need this green item right now, but I can at least salvage it. This is what Chaos Bane does need. I mean, give me a few days and I can think of so many good things that can be added into the game to make it better. And that's not just for Chaos Bane, that's for any game I play. I can give you the gamer's perspective from a casual point of view. And if I like it, then there's gonna be a lot of casual players that like it too. And the majority of the players in those games are filthy casuals like me. I mean, I might be hardcore when it comes to time spent playing, but not when it comes to the skills I've got. Man, this health regeneration is a bit too much for me to handle. I'm gonna fill my mana. I'm gonna fill my mana and burst him completely. This is such an overpowered enemy.
I cannot do that.
No! keeps getting healed. Okay, finally. Finally got him down. Such an annoying enemy with that healing. But yeah, give me a few days with the game and with its endgame systems, and I can find so many quality of life suggestions for how the game would feel better. Okay, I needed a new one of those. Definitely not as good as the one I'm using though. Anything with percent increased dodge rating and vitality. Let's see, I'm gonna salvage this. And now I need to increase, oh, this was fractured. I need to increase this one. Oh, so unlucky, I didn't get the dodge rating modifier when salvaging the previous item. Okay, well, if I've got runes, I don't even have Glyph of the Guardian, so even if I had the rune, already got 2 of those for a Necro build. You're a filthy casual too, and there is nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, we all like playing games. Yeah, you're right. And definitely nothing wrong with being a filthy casual. In fact, the majority of the players playing those games are that. They're not, so the min-maxers, the top players, are called the 1% for a reason. Although most cases they're the top 10% or the top 5%, but they're not called the 1% for no reason. They are not the majority, they're the minority when it comes to the player base of a game. As you can see in Wolsen right now, the majority of the people haven't even reached the highest levels, the level 187 difficulty. So the majority of the people are doing like 130, 160 maps. Some of them are even lower than that. There's people playing Wolsen that still haven't even reached endgame, that are just playing 1 or 2 hours a day after work and just taking it slow. And the same goes for any game in the genre. The bigger the player base, the more the casual players would be as well. That's why I think it's wrong when a company tries to balance their game and to... Just let me finish the sentence first. To balance their game based on the feedback only given from the top players. Of course, the top players have played the strongest content, and they can give you feedback about it, and you can balance based on that feedback. You should also consider the casuals though. You should also consider the casuals, because sometimes if something is too bad, like look at Wolsen. Wolsen is a perfect example of a game that was super difficult in the beta when it first launched the story. When it first launched the story, many bosses were unable to be completed with mages. And they nerfed those bosses by reducing their HP by 40%. And then many people returned to the beta. And what they did on launch, they returned back the changes to how they were. So the hard bosses were hard, but they added the story mode difficulty for the casuals. They added a difficulty for the players who don't want that much of a challenge, and that difficulty was actually the post-nerf changes from the beta. So they kept the pre-nerf and the post-nerf changes as different options, so that even people who just want to play it for the story and don't want that much of a challenge in the campaign, even they can enjoy the game. But the game was still difficult. Wolcen was still difficult due to bad balances. Made it made it kind of difficult for mages and for rangers. Some turret builds were okay with some of the boss fights. Two-handed melee was okay as long as you know how to use it. Even on the hard difficulty, on the regular difficulty, it was kind of okay. But I've had many viewers complaining that they can't complete the first boss in Wolcen, even on story mode. I've had to help some people make it as well. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of extra challenge, I mean. That's why different difficulties exist in games. If someone wants easy mode, they can switch to easy mode for the story. But you do know, the majority of the players being casual means you have to think about them too. Otherwise the game player base would bleed slowly and steadily. This happened to Chaos Bane. You remember when they first introduced green items, how difficult it was to find green items. I had to spend sometimes 14-15 hours a day playing the game to try and get items for my build videos. Everyone was asking me, how do you have so many green items? And if I showed them how many hours I played the game, they probably would have told me I'm a crazy person to spend that much time just so I can make some content on YouTube. But yeah, I kind of had to, because the items didn't want to drop and I couldn't make the builds back then. Thankfully later they realized their mistake and made green items drop a bit more often. But that was after months after the launch, months after introducing the green items into Chaos Bane. By that time people already had quit. The casual players who can't grind that much just to get the best items. Yeah, another thing that made people quit is the super easy drop rate of red items when the game launched. Because some people kind of quit when they get the best gear, which I don't realize why they would quit when they get the best gear. Because even if you get that much good gear, it's not always with the best stats. It's not always with the best stats, and you still can try and experiment with different builds. But again, it was a game that stored the data locally, so people could exploit that and abuse different cheat tools, etc. And yeah, there's a balance between good drop rates and bad drop rates, somewhere in the middle. And when Chaos Bane launched, it was neither good nor bad. It was super easy though, super easy. Like, too good to be true when it came to those red items. Then it was the exact opposite with the green items. People could spend like what, 2, 3, 4 hours farming and not get a single green item. Now it's good. I mean, now Chaos Bane is a good in a good state when it comes to the drops. My problem is with the balance and the variety of builds as a result of that, and as a result of the limited sets. If they introduce a new type of items that are stronger than the set items, it would be nice for Chaos Bane. Not power creep, kind of, just an alternative that gives you different heroic skills. I'd like to see heroic whirlwind, I'd like to see heroic... just let's talk about Bragi for a second. What I would like to see in Chaos Bane for Bragi. Heroic version of whirlwind, heroic version of some of the other things like... what was it? Was it Shred? The one that gives you Wife Leech. Heroic version of the side skill. Then for the mage, I would like to see heroic versions of the skills you can modify with spacebar, other than the dome. So there was this orb. What I forgot what is it called? Etheric orb maybe. Heroic version of the tornadoes also would be fun. Then if we talk about Elessa, it would be nice to have heroic version of barbed brambos, heroic version of the skills that are more about shooting rather than summons. And we already have heroic traps, so that's okay. But Elessa at the moment is the most underpowered character in the game. When it comes to Chaos Bane. For this game I've only played 2 classes, so I can't tell you. I'm not talking about new sets, I'm talking about new weapons, new amulets and rings. Amulets and rings that can give you heroic items. Maybe new sets as well, but I'd rather not see full sets. I'd rather see changes to how sets work. I'd rather see, you know how in Chaos Bane sets can give you few stats. I'm gonna try and find a picture. Let me go to my Chaos Bane folder. W war. What's this picture? This is... no, that's not a picture for that. I'm trying to find a picture of an item with its stats on it. Okay, so there's a picture of an item with its stats. But that's not a set item. So let's take this set item. You know, dealing physical damage with skills has a chance of blah 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 to leave persistent brambles on the ground. And you know, when you have five of the set items, you get all the bonuses, and you get the physical damage, and you get the heroic hungry roots. And the same is for this one. And you get the fire and magical damage, you get arcane binding, heroic, etc. I'd say give us the heroic skill when we have 3 pieces of the set. Give us the other things of the set when we have 5 pieces. That way people would be making some choices of mix matching things. Maybe give us the heroic when we have 2 pieces and the other bonuses when we have 5. So we can use 2 pieces of this set and 3 pieces of the other set. It would be amazing if they make it like that. So when you have three bonuses of 3 pieces of a set, you get the big bonus, and you get the heroic when you have 2, or vice versa. So people can take the effect of one set and the heroic of another and mix them. I mean, there should be something that people get. I don't know how to do it best, but give me some time and I can figure out a way to make it. For example, let's say if you have 3 pieces, you get the bonus passive bonuses without the heroic skill. When you have 2 pieces, you only get the heroic skill without the passive bonuses. When you have 5 pieces, you get both of them. And that way you can mix one effect from one armor with the effect of another armor. And by getting the heroic from one armor with the stats from another one. Something like that would work pretty nicely to give you a little bit more variety. So let's say I want a heroic strike of the anvil, but I want to get the bonuses from the undefeated set, for example. That give me rage bonuses and rage efficiency and all of that. Root Foxes, if you wanna see gameplay from Chaos Bane, I can stream some. I can stream some next week. I mean, I will stream some next week when the update hits. There's gonna be a new hero coming. There's gonna be a lot of things coming. So I do have a lot of gameplay. I do have a lot of build videos on my channel. And a lot of past streams. But if you want, just wait a few days when the update launches and you will be able to see me play it. The game is not that bad, but it has a very small community, so it's kind of consider it as a solo game right now. Right now, there's probably 30-40 players playing it every day, and that's it. When there's updates, that probably goes up to 200-300 maximum. When the game launched, there were thousands of people playing it, at least 2, 3, 4,000 people, maybe more playing it on launch day. And the player base just started bleeding, bit by bit, until there was barely any people left playing it. And I already said the reasons why this kind of happened. Bad choices. Bad choices on what to focus, on drop rates and all of that. But there's ways to fix the game. As I said, a simple change on how sets work and giving you the bonuses at different states, different number of items that you've got would be nice. It's probably gonna be difficult to code it in the way I said. So when you have 3 pieces, you get the bonus stats, but when you have 2 pieces, you get the heroic skill. And when you have 3 pieces, you're not getting the heroic, just the bonuses. And when you have 5 pieces, getting both things. Normally, when you have 3 pieces, you get the bonus for having 2 pieces. When you have 4 pieces, you get the bonus for 2 and 3 pieces. That's how normally it works in games. But I don't see a reason why someone won't do it differently and give you different bonus without giving you the previous one if you don't have the full set. But first they need to rebalance a lot of the skills. In Chaos Bane, a lot of the skills are super bad, like trash tier skill that you can only use for probably Chaos 2, 3, 4, maybe Chaos 5. And the strongest is Chaos 8. But there's things that are much harder than Chaos 8, and that's invasions on rank 30, rank 40, rank 50, Chaos 6 invasions and Chaos 5 invasions. They also need to change and remove some of the sadistic modifiers on the maps, such as permanently losing HP constantly while you're in the map, or super overpowered bleeding or poison pools on the ground, or permanently reducing armor, so until you die you keep getting permanent armor lost, and at one point you're gonna have 0 armor, so you're gonna get one shot regardless what you do. This is super bad mechanic in a game, and it could be improved. If you look at Wolsen has one of the best ways of handling map modifiers. If you look at this game, it also has amazing map modifiers. That's 2 games with endgame map modifiers that have been done well. So Chaos Bane can probably learn a few things from this game and from Wolsen when it comes to doing endgame modifiers. XP boost, by the way, the XP boost in Chaos Bane is useless. it's not gonna give you much XP, and it's totally not worth it. So XP boost in Chaos Bane is a joke. You really don't need that XP boost. It's not gonna do much for you. It's a noob trap. I can tell you the XP boost is the biggest noob trap ever, the one that you can pay for. It's nice to have it and to give it to the supporters, but people are not competing for leveling up because max level can be done in a few minutes with power leveling in the game. You can complete the story in 3.5 hours if you're rushing. My record is 3.5 hours when doing a story playthrough, and I wasn't even trying to be meta super fast. And this is the original story, which takes much longer than the new story, than the Tomb King story. And you can choose to do the Tomb King story when leveling up a character and not do the regular story if you want. You're not gonna be max level when you complete the story, but with enough endgame content, few runs and you would be. So in Chaos Bane, XP is not gonna give you that much as a boost. There is a problem with the game though, with their current Paragon system being unlimited, but even that Paragon system, after a certain level, you don't feel that it's that much stronger. It is nice to have certain levels there. They're calling them legendary ranks in Chaos Bane. But yeah, the XP boost from the monetizations is kind of a joke, and I strongly suggest staying away from it if you wanna buy some DLCs for the game. All you need is a season's pass to unlock all the DLCs. If you want access to Tomb Kings, or you can just get the second God skills, and the Tomb Kings. You don't need anything else other than the second God skills and the Tomb Kings. But the problem I have with this is they're selling God skill 3 like a secondary passive tree is something you can purchase, but the new hero is not something you can purchase. Normally games would do it differently. Normally games would ask you to pay for an expansion that gives you a new playable character class, the way Diablo did with the Necro. But when they're updating the passives, that would be for free. So this is the most illogical thing Chaos Bane did. Charging for new passive skills, but not charging for the new character class. And the passive skill tree does have some very strong passives that make some builds super strong. Not on all characters, but on the dwarf, for example, you can get something super nice by getting crit damage based on how much counterattack damage you've got. Did I get dodge rating? Yes, I did. Oh no, not this item, this item. I still haven't gotten it. But yeah, every character has separate paragon levels. So once you reach endgame and max level in Chaos Bane, every character has separate legendary ranks, which is bullshit. It should be account bound, but it isn't. So that's one of the things I really don't like about the game. But it's not that bad. I mean, eventually, if you keep playing, whether it's solo or in a team, you do get enough XP and you do get those ranks. But those ranks are not what's gonna make or break a build. They definitely help, but after you reach rank 100 and something, you're fine. You really are fine. and you can reach that in a few days. You might try writing this in the Discord. I'm actually recently one of the moderators in the Discord saw that I was active and making content and everything like that, and decided to promote me to a moderator myself in the official Chaosbane Discord. But you might want to try and write your suggestions there. They don't respond, but I'm pretty sure they read those things. I'm not sure how big the Chaosbane team is nowadays. They probably are much smaller than they were when the game launched. Hopefully they aren't, but I'm assuming probably there were some layoffs if the game hasn't been selling much copies recently. It's the sad truth of the gaming industry, how things are eventually. I'm surprised I'm still alive, by the way. I'm really not paying attention much to the game. I'm just playing on autopilot. I'm just talking about stuff, not even thinking about the game. So I'm kind of half concentrating on the game, half concentrating on the things I'm talking about. Really surprised I'm still alive on wave 88. It's the highest I've reached so far. Well, those are beefy. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for a bit more mana.
Fools.
Okay, let's see what dropped. Any potions? Gold? Let's see here. So wave 90. That's amazing. I've never reached this far. I guess the game has been very generous on the enemies that spawn. Very generous on the enemy types. So but yeah, definitely watch me play Chaosbane before getting the game, because at the moment there's many things in the game that people may not like. I'm honest with you. You can see some of my build videos, but that's not gonna give you an idea about the game. So better just wait a few days, see me play it, and I'm gonna be telling you what changed and what still needs to change after checking the patch notes and seeing what new things were added in the game. I've probably spent so much time. I'm not sure whether there's many people who played it as much as me, but I can tell you, not on this account that I share, but on my other account, I spent a lot of time playing the game. I actually changed. I actually got a second account to play Chaosbane with my viewers without having to share my personal Steam account that I've had for years. So I've got two versions of the game. Need percent dodge rating. Okay. Time to break stuff. I keep stashing materials. You can see I already have 56 of those, but you never know. You never know how many I'm gonna need on my other characters. And we keep pushing now. Charge enemies. Good thing I got rid of the shooty guy before the chargy ones.
I cannot do that.
He almost sounds like he's saying Hadoken sometimes. Come on, come on. Just this one left. Oh no, there's some more. There's some archers. Oh no, 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 I need to teleport away. Those with the big AoE and the fire AoE are kind of tough nuts to crack. Cause this AoE can one-shot me. See, almost one-shot. So if I get hit by the AoE and something else, I'm gonna keep my mana so I can teleport out of it. Revives after 2 seconds. Am I not doing any damage to this guy? Is it that bad? 11,000. He just has a lot of HP. Would be nice if this AoE he does had a little bit more delay. The new expansion is free content. The new expansion is free. So it's not even part of the season pass. But the season pass includes all expansions that the game has right now and all future expansions as well. So the season pass would give you all the DLCs that will be released. So the season pass includes all the current DLCs. It includes things like the new campaign, what's its name, and the Tomb Kings. It includes all the other minor things like XP boosts, visuals, cosmetics, etc. But the new content is free. The update that's coming next week is a free update. The forges and the new hero. At least that's what they're saying. They have been saying that the hero would be free and the new patch would be free. For all I know, it might have changed, but it could be that just the hero is free and the campaign may not be. But I think the update is free. I'm kind of 99.99% sure that the update is free together with the hero. So all you would need if you decide to get the game would be the Seasons Pass and the base game, yes. Or the Magnus Edition. The Magnus Edition includes a Seasons Pass. So if you can get a discount on a Magnus Edition, or if you can get a discount on the base game and the Seasons Pass. So there's a lot of websites that sell cheap keys for Chaos Bane, like Kingwin and other similar ones, G2A, etc. I don't know the names of all those websites. There were some others that were getting their Chaos Banes from MMOGA. So sometimes you could get cheap keys. I don't think you can get a discounted version of the Seasons Pass, but maybe you can get discounted version of Magnus the Magnus Edition. Because the Magnus Edition is basically base game plus a Season Pass. Sometimes Steam sales would allow you to get the game cheap. So sometimes you would be able to get more than 50% on Steam as a discount to the game. This black hole skill. This black hole skill is so nice. In the expansion, there's new missions, new skills, new passives. I can show you a video of mine on YouTube where I'm explaining what's new. So basically, there's new things you can use for your builds. Most of them are underwhelming, but some of them are nice. The one thing that's super nice is the new god skills, but they're not in the expansion. They're a separate DLC that also is included in the Magnus Edition that has the Season Pass or the Season Pass itself. But there are some sort of passives that you can use. And there's a new story that you can go through, new city. It's nothing you really need to get, but it's nice to have it. You can still play the expansion content if you don't have it, as long as the host of the game you're playing with has the expansion content. The first expansion, the Tom King's one. But yeah, probably just better to wait. But let me quickly try and grab that video for you. I'm just gonna give you that video from some time ago. So upvotes in YouTube, Chaos Bane, show O. Tom King's DLC impressions and overview. So there's 9 minutes 40 seconds video of me telling you what's new. I think I kind of covered everything that was new. From 17th December. So this kind of covers it. I waited for the patch notes. I didn't release my impressions and overview before the patch notes were released. So I did wait for the patch notes to be able to confirm. There are some things that were not in the patch notes, but I still noticed have been added to the game back then. And there are some things again that were not in the patch notes, have been added, but are not in my video. So wave 100. Let's sell a bit. I never expected to reach this high in the game, in the arena. Okay, I really need percent dodge rating. Dodge. I've already got one of those, which is better, because it's 59% spell damage. Okay. And on this one, what was I upgrading? The crit strike avoidance, right? Please don't break, please don't break. Nice, tier 5. 27? Really? 20 fucking 7. Alright. $26? How? Oh man. This is just... The game is trolling me. 27. Come on, game. Be better. Be better to me. I mean, that's far away from 31. And so I got the minimum being 25, the maximum being 37, and I got 27 and 26 and then another 27. So bad RNG wise. Now I don't have glyphs. But in the Baldur's Gate demo, the developer, the developer that was playing, he says, "Hey, look at that! There's 90% chance to hit." Then he misses. Then there's another shot with the same character later in the next round. 90% chance to hit, bam, then he misses. Then another shot, 90% chance, bam, critical miss. I mean, and that was so funny to watch. Having 90% chance and missing 3 times, one of them actually being a critical miss. So amazing, amazing how fickle RNG can be sometimes. And Marianne are known to be making good games. So can't wait to see Baldur's Gate 3. I was a big fan of Divinity. I also loved playing similar games in the genre like Pathfinder. When I was little, when I was young, I was a big kid, not big kid, but let's say 10, 11 years old maybe when Baldur's Gate 2 was popular. So I'm born in '89. So make the maths. I don't know the exact ages, but I remember at the net cafe in my building, the big guys back there used to play that, and I used to watch them sometimes playing it, but I never got down to playing it until I grew up and became like a teenager later in the game, later few years after Baldur's Gate was released. So seeing how graphically nice Baldur's Gate 3 looks and how the combat system has been evolved over those years in the genre, can't wait to test it. Come on. Undisputed. Oh, I've never looted this item. Okay. No, not this window, this window. was just casually chilling and playing. Never have I imagined I would reach wave 105. But let's see some necrotic eyes spawning and kicking my ass from afar with the auto-aim missiles. Ah,
I cannot.
come on, die. Fireball, guys, come on. Those are super tanky for the damage they do. Now I've got no potions. So I'm screwed. I'm screwed if I don't get that potion. I wanted to get the potion. There we go, got the potion. Got another one. Phew. But there's more. It's not over. Let's keep those potions for when I need them. This is a beefy one. Phew. Wave 110. It's getting tough. It's getting tough to survive.
I am not a man of many pockets.
So what does this do? Melee physical damage, chance to bleed, overkill damage, leached as health. That's super nice. Increase physical damage for each recent melee hit against a bleeding enemy. Oh, wow. This on a Beastmaster, on a damaging Beastmaster. Can't wait for dual wielding and to see Beastmaster dual wielding axes the same way we can see it in the promotional materials. Using the minion based axe and the bleeding axe, or the bleeding axe and this one, or the minion axe and this one. I wanna have a dual wielding beast master. Or a dual wielding shaman with two Thames, we'll see. Just wanna get that guy with two axes, the same way it is in the promotional material. So this is one of the axes I was talking about, the one for the minions. Together with this one it would be nice, or maybe we can combine... Where did the bleeding axe go? This one with one of the other two. I still think I'd rather get those two axes together in a setup. Still got 3 potions and 2 more on the ground in case I need them. Okay, time for the next waves. Come on, come on. Oh, this guy. The annoying auto-aim dude. Trying to burst him before it's too late. It exploded.
Fools.
Okay, wave 115. Nice. So far so good, and I don't even have that good of a dodge chance. 94 avoidance, 101 dancing pose, but 28% dodge chance only. And the resists are not that great either, especially those here. So now after using a fire skill, I'm getting bonus code damage. So after I use flame ward, I'm getting bonus code damage. Pretty nice. And the same goes for fire shield after using fire shield bonus code. I'm gonna keep that. You never know when I'm gonna need something like this. Dodge. Okay, I think I'm ready for the next waves.
I cannot do that.
Oh, I killed the big guy. That's nice. This one did not have the annoying regeneration like the last similar dude I was fighting. So I'm gonna do this. Nice.
Life support systems.
Root Foxes,
repaired.
thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. Nice to have you here in the Struck Club indeed and talking about the game, and really appreciate all the hints you and other players of the game have been giving. Oh shit, I out and tapped by accident. I clicked outside of the game window. I'm not sure how I even survived this. Was outside of the game for like 2 seconds. Clicked on my browser. Clicked on my browser by accident because I'm playing on windowed mode, so at the moment the window probably is a bit messed up. I'm gonna fix it after the next checkpoint. Come on, die. Okay, now let me quickly fix the full screen windowed stuff. So okay. Phew! I'm not sure how I managed to survive this. What's it called? Me clicking on the browser and having the game minimized for a moment. So wave 120. Never reached this far. But I'm gonna keep pushing until I die. By the way, how does it work with the leaderboards here? Does it count how far I was when I died, or do I need to collect to get leaderboard stuff? I'm sure I'm far away from the leaderboards. It probably needs 130. But let's just check it. It needs 152. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing 152. I don't think I can reach 152, even if I try to. It's gonna be a bit difficult. But okay. Let's keep going. New zone. Oh, it's the necrotic one. Oh yeah, this is a nasty arena.
I cannot do that.
Okay. But I guess it counts where I die, so I'm just gonna push until I die, and that's kind of it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So there were still the big giants and it spawned the little guys. Unexpected. Unexpected. Oh, and now there's necrotic guys and I can't pick up those potions. I keep trying to pick them up, but I can't. Give me those potions. The game is throwing a lot of annoying enemies at me right now. Phew. Okay. That went kind of okay. Getting tougher and tougher. 125.
I am not a man of many pockets.
But at least I've beaten my personal record by a big margin so far. So I'm happy with, even if I down the next wave, I know I've gotten better compared to yesterday. Percent dodge rating, just what I was needing. Okay, so break it down. Seriously, it didn't give me the dodge rating? Okay. Yeah, didn't give me the dodge rating percent bonus. What if I have it here? Dodge rating percent. Without set though, without set. Nope. No percent dodge rating item. This would be nice when you stack a build with shit tons of dodge for a melee setup. Okay, next. I'm gonna stay here maybe. Actually, let's stay in the middle. Nice. Getting more used to playing this build over the last few days, which is normal. I mean, the longer you play something, the easier it gets to control it, muscle memory and everything. No, no. What the hell was this? And where did it come from?
Fools.
Who's alive? Some scaly man. Let's get some HP potions just in case. Oh, this guy's super fast. Wow. I want the shield, I want the shield. Wow, okay. Phew. So 130 cleared. We're getting there. But yeah, as I said, this build, most of the times I would make a build that would work, but I won't be able to control it as good as someone else. So I'm sure someone could probably push super far with this setup, the way I've made it, without troubles. If they're good at reflexes and at using the skills in the right moments. You can see I make a lot of mistakes quite often. Already got one of those. Nice. Please don't give me shit things. Dodge rating, nice. Okay. Bit by bit I will increase this by increasing this dodge rating. So I cannot add suffixes, right? Yeah, I cannot add dodge rating suffix. This one is tier 5. Oh, this is tier 4. Oh, okay, but this is fractured, so never mind. This isn't fractured. So I've got 2 non-fractured items, 3 non-fractured items. Which can be... oh, yeah. 3 things I can make better. Let's keep pushing now. I forgot to restock my potions.
I cannot do that.
Come on. One more wave. Is it just this guy from this wave? Oh, and the overgrowth. Come on, come on. And Spawnless, welcome back, dude. Nice to see you again. Sorry if I'm slow with the with the responses. It's getting intense here. Wave 135 cleared. So I want to check how many potions I've got here. 1 potion here and that's it. So if I need potions in the middle of a fight, should not have picked up the one there. Tough stuff. Think I've already got better version of this one. Alright, next. Can we push it? I'm gonna do it like this. Alright, this is good so far. Die, die, die. Icicle guys. Getting there. One more wave. No, well, wave 140. This is much higher than what I could reach before. Didn't see those guys coming. I think great quality of wife would be red dots that you can toggle on and off on the mini map to see the enemies. It would be nice. Just really didn't see those coming over there. I was teleporting to escape the big guy. But new record for me, a lot of XP. And the build definitely seems to be shaping up well. With a little bit more dodge rating, the survivability would be where I want it. Still not Wosen. I did some Wosen yesterday though. So there's that.
You may find a treasure, my friend.
This is an interesting amulet. Do I want to do some gambling? Let's do monoliths now. Next 5 timelines, rare enemies have 84 cooldown recovery or chance to shred armor. We can try the cooldown recovery maybe. But fun arena run. Getting some tea to refresh. Get that mana up with some tea. So what's here? But yeah, black hole is amazing. Adding glacial shard, not glacial shard but glacier. Adding that to a black hole setup is just a nice match, very nice match.
I cannot do that.
Boom. What's this? Word retention, melee cold damage. Not sure I need it, but let's pick it up. You never know when I'm gonna be playing some melee stuff. Like a Spellblade melee. Come on. Okay, more items. How's my goat? Pretty nice. I'm wondering if they're gonna be adding new unique items with the new update that we can get from gambling, or maybe new legendaries that we can get from gambling. Would we be able to even get legendaries from gambling? That's something I would like to find out, because if we could, I'm gonna start saving up gold for those.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Let's see. This is pretty wow. 22 out of 40. 6 out of 10. I've already got a few of those and they were all better. Yeah, that was such a fun arena run earlier. Still a lot of stuff on the build I wanna min-max, get better. Such as this blue ring. I would be happy to get a ring with a tier 5 dodge rating and glancing bows together with maybe maybe some... What can a ring get, by the way? Prefixes. Vitality won't be bad. Spell damage won't be bad. But I think my damage is not so bad right now. I'd rather get more survivability. So set dodge rating or percent dodge rating. And vitality would be good for more protection. But I just need a better base. A better base. No. So the percent dodge rating item. So this thing, I don't have room for it really. It's gonna have to go here. Dodge rating, there we go. Any guardian? No, no guardian. Next. Movement speed and damage or shock chance? I'd rather go for the shock chance. Storm Spire? Yeah, Storm Spires. Second, there we go. Wow, this became bigger.
I cannot do that.
Come on. Boom.
I cannot do that.
So I'm not sure which way to go, but I'm gonna go this way.
Cannot do that.
Anything with dodge? Oh, Guardian glyph. Just what I needed.
Cannot do that.
I never have enough Guardian glyphs when crafting.
I cannot do that.
Can I one-shot this? So close. Okay. Think I'm getting close to the objective. Probably not, because I'm not seeing it on the big map. This is a long ass monolith run. Normally the objectives aren't that far, but I guess the further I go, the longer the runs end up being. Wow, that was close. I need some potion drops because I've only got one. So, no guardian glyphs, no evasion, scouts items. Another run. You never know though, the chest might surprise me with something good. One guardian.
I am not a man of many
Let's see
pockets.
what we've got. I did see something with keep this. Damage over time, increased armor, increased mana. 9% increased mana. Yep, nothing good dropped here. Let's see. Damage reflected builds might be fun to test on a melee setup. Stacking damage reflected. I'm wondering if there's a viable tank with damage reflected and maybe healing and buffs on the paladin. And it could probably work in on a spellblade as well. The damage reflected stuff. Getting low on shatter runes too. Okay, please succeed. Please again. Tier 4, nice. So from 28 went to 32. Not so bad. Now, chance to shred armor might be probably better than the damage and speed. Right, potions, just what I needed. But yeah, as we were talking earlier about other games, Chaos Bane, etc. So far, from all the game betas in the genre I've played, this feels the most accomplished as a beta, the most things in regards to quality of life and features being added to it. Compared to other games on their launches and during their beta phases, this has a lot of stuff. So I'm assuming when this launches, it would be able to compete with the big boys in the genre, as long as they don't rush it and they don't release a game full of bugs. They should be fine. So far they're following their timeline, and in their timeline, in their roadmap, there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Can't wait to see how the performance will be after the next update compared to the current state. Just a second. Okay, moving on.
I cannot do that.
Wow, those Void Clerics. Those Void Clerics are the ones that killed me for the first time on both my heroes. Or maybe on the Beastmaster, I think it might have been that dragon or whatever it is. The one with the fire AoE. But on the mage, the first two times I died was Void Clerics. With those AoEs out of nowhere. The worst is I never even saw them attacking me. They like attack me from the other end of the screen without even seeing them. What's this? Oh, another minion armor. I think the one I've got is 97. And HP is all you care about on this item. The rest is fixed.
Cannot do that.
I'm gonna check it though. So much less damage needed to kill them in this difficulty compared to the arena once I reach those 100 plus waves. But at least reaching 140 something wave makes me be a little more confident that this build is nice. I'm just not controlling it to the best I could, and I'm still lacking some survivability, but the build seems to be fine the way I've set it up. What's this? Increased melee stun chance. Wow, 238%? So that's not 238% melee stun chance, it's just an increase. So if I've got 40 something, this would make it to 100, I guess. Or maybe if I've got 30, this would make it to 90 something. Then 160 armor is fixed HP. The HP is pretty low. The elemental protection is super low. Between 5 and 50 I'm getting 12 only. But the stun chance is close to the max. So, interesting. Not being able to wife leech HP, but having this one. That might be interesting on a setup that reaches port instead of HP. I'm seeing some serious FPS drops here. Not sure what's happening. Not sure what's happening, but it's terrible. Just look at it. Not sure if you guys are seeing it, but there were some amazingly bad FPS drops for a few moments there.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Okay, I'm gonna have to drop stuff I don't need to pick stuff I do. This I need. This I need. This I probably don't. Okay, that should work now. So, evasion, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take this. And, oh, this crit avoidance, I wanna salvage this. So far, nothing else I might wanna pick up. Well, it's time to start picking up whatever fits.
I am not a man of many pockets. I am not a man
Alright,
of
that's
many
it.
pockets.
Dodge rating, dodge. That means I can't add. Actually, I can. I can add glancing bows here. If I succeed in adding glancing bows, that's more dodge rating and more dodge chance than I've got on this one. Just need the glancing bows. Please don't fail. Please don't fail. No! It failed. It failed on such a nice chance. I mean, if I can get the glancing bows from other places, it's still nice, so I'm gonna keep this. You never know, maybe I can get the glancing bows from another place and the extra dodge rating would be worth it. But yeah, the crafting system is just so RNG. So RNG. Now let's sell first. Wait, what did I just sell? Okay. Cool, read a few reviews, watched a few vids and looks good so far for Chaos. Anyone willing to show me the ropes? Well, Root Foxes, I could probably show you some of the things. I could stream some Chaos Bane later tonight if you want me to, guys, and to show you some stuff. I won't mind having dinner and then doing a little bit of Chaos Bane later. I do have a lot of build videos though, so if you're wondering about how to build a certain character, I've got around 12, I think. I've got one for every set, I think, in the game. For the dwarf, for Bragi, after the Tomb Kings was released, there is one build I've got that works with every set, the Crit Monster. Uh, so this is why on Bragi I didn't make more builds, cause I didn't enjoy the other builds as much as that one for the high level content. But for the others I tried to make at least a build for every set. But yeah, Chaos Bane, I mean, if you want to play it as a single player game, you're still gonna have a blast until a certain point where you're gonna get burned out on the content, or more like the lack of variety of such. But there's gonna be more variety now with new enemies, new maps, new map layouts to explore. We'll see. I'm not gonna overhype myself, cause you never know what's getting added and what isn't. But there's a lot of stuff to look
I
forward
am
to,
not
I
a
guess.
man of many pockets. I am not a man of many pockets.
Really? That's what you're gonna say? Inventory Tetris. Let's see. I mean, I could use sort items, but I want to keep those the way they are. I wish I could walk them. So this is always fixed. This one, kind of max mana on that one. I'm gonna check the other one I've got. Crit strike avoidance, 16%. Um, okay, nothing too fancy here, or here, or here. Well, I don't mind. I haven't played Chaos Bane in a lot of in a long time. So I will probably in half an hour go and have dinner, and then while eating maybe watch an episode of Castlevania, the third season on Netflix, something like that. But but when I return, I could stream a little bit of Chaos Bane today. I don't see why I shouldn't. I mean, I haven't played it in a while. Might wanna just get a warm up ahead of next week when the new patch would hit. Some of my viewers might wanna even see it. I know a lot of my viewers haven't seen me play it, so they might wanna see what the game can offer. And the game is worth it when you can get it on a discount, like more than 50% discount. If you want to play it as a single player game, not as a multiplayer game, because as I said, the community is kind of not that active in the game. People return for updates, play for updates, but then eventually go back to playing other stuff. I'm just gonna check this there and figure out the sorting later. So, how does this compare to my current one? Losing a lot of crit avoidance, which can be upgraded. Glancing bows can be upgraded. I'm losing vitality. I'm losing armor and movement speed. I will try something on this item. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not gonna work. Removing the minion health regen and the attunement is what I'm aiming for. Well, it's bricked, so might as well do that now. I'm gonna compare those later. Yeah, if you're gonna go eat a pizza, bon appetit to you. Enjoy the meal. I'm just gonna do a little bit more monoliths, maybe a bit more crafting. How am I doing with the glyph of the guardians? Glyphs of the guardian. Dodge rating, don't fail me. 74%. I believe in you. Nice. Nice. 69. All right. We gotta succeed on a 69 chance. There we go. Triple tier 5. Now we can add another prefix, and I'm wondering what would be the best thing to get. Potion slot and potion HP. Or armor. I could get some armor and maybe it would help. But the potion slot also would be nice. But sometimes I die because I don't use my potion. Just I make mistakes sometimes. But extra potion slots are never bad. Let's see the armor. Let's see if this would succeed. Tier 1 armor. 10%. Oh, it's percent based. Nice. Alright, nice chatting with you, and see you later, root foxes. So I need this dodge rating percent, and I was saving this one. Where was it? This one. I'm saving this one for crafting. Or maybe not for crafting. This can get glancing bows. How much more? 2 more tiers. Okay, that might work. If I don't fail on this, and then I need a new ring. This is definitely the case for me. So new ring with glancing bow and dodge rating. Okay, just need more materials. Eventually this build would shape up well when I get the right items. I'm loving the item chase. It's taking a while, but it doesn't feel like I'm not progressing. Stat by stat, item by item, I'm getting close to the defensive capabilities of the build I want to have in the end. So look at this weird modifier, 240% increased HP. Or 120% increased physical damage. This is just super weird. I'm gonna choose the HP. Because it's for only 4 timelines. Alright, so far so good. But yeah, later today when I do some Chaos Bane streaming after my dinner and shower, I will allow people to ask me to show them different classes, different builds, etc. Because I've got them all maxed out. I've got them all geared up, so I can show you every single thing that there is in Chaos Bane in regards to builds. Even if it's not a meta OP build, if you wanna see a build with a certain skill, I wouldn't mind showing you.
I cannot do that.
Come on.
The hunt. The feast.
Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna pull those together. Like this. He escaped and then got pulled back in. Kind of like in The Godfather. Just when he thought he got out. Alright, remedy. So for now my mission will be to try and get better rings, so I can use that fractured armor with less dancing balls but more dodge. Katana of Glory. I want to make a katana build for some melee character. I just love using katanas
Not do that.
in games.
I
Or
cannot
daikatanas
do
with
that.
two-hand warriors.
I cannot do that. The hunt.
Okay. And action. Is this the way? Let's see if I can teleport to the other side from here. I don't think I can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need more glyphs. Glyphs of the Guardian.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Ah. This inventory Tetris again. Inventory Tetris for the win. Let's see. Please give me some guardian glyphs. I wanna do some crafting. One guardian glyph. Well, one's better than zero, so still something. Mm. Well, nothing too fancy. Percent dodge rating, yeah, I want that. So how am I doing with the shatter runes? Let's see. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. I'm not gonna waste this here. What do I upgrade right now? Glancing bows. I can upgrade this. Yes, that's actually a very nice idea. And was a nice idea. Can't win them all. I wanna check something with the other armor that I'm saving.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Lightning damage. Only 22% out of 50. Shit. Wow, row. $13 out of 25, 41 out of 70. More wow rows, but I'm gonna keep this just because I don't know, I've got a better one. For a spell blade, this would be nice, and this would be nice. Okay, nothing too fancy. So, 0 on those, but I've got some of those. As I said, I wanna test something. Dodge from 34 goes to 40, but the glancing bows goes down to 90%. The armor goes from 32 to 42. And the physical mitigation on block goes up by 2% as well. If I lose those 10% chance, so 85 dodge rating. I just need a ring with okay dodge rating and glancing bows. This one, 14 glancing bow. And what I do need is just to add some dodge rating to it. Alternatively, this one or this one can work too. Let's just see. This is not gonna be the thing. This can be the thing though. Do I have another set glancing bow item? So this is glancing bow and dodge rating and vitality. I think that's gonna be my work in progress ring for now. See if I do it like that. Just wanna check something. 34 dodge. With that it's 32. And the glancing bow is worse. So still need some upgrades on the dodge and then I'm gonna be fine. This also can be nice work in progress ring for the cold damage. Okay, I'm gonna do another map and maybe though... Trundle God 1, this is not hardcore. This is definitely not hardcore. I cannot play hardcore. I die on wave 6 in the arena sometimes because I'm not paying attention or I forget to use my potions. So, I'm not a hardcore viable player. Even if the build you give me is a hardcore viable build, I'm not the person to be playing it. Avoid enemies, deal increased damage. Okay, let's do this. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of losing my progress. If I was, I would be playing roguelite games or roguelike games. Sometimes I do play such games that are hardcore games where you lose all the progress when you die, like Realm of the Mad King or God, whatever the name was of the game, and similar ones. But I do enjoy having my progress kept after I die, cause yeah, I die a lot. I die a lot. One of the main reasons why I don't like playing Path of Exile is because it's punishing me when I die. And I die a lot, regardless whether it's me making a mistake, the game freezing, the servers lagging. Many reasons to make me die in games like those.
I cannot do that.
But hardcore is nice. I mean, I've tried playing hardcore a few times. It's just not my cup of tea. No, shit. Had my hand away from the keyboard. So I can do some Warhammer Chaosbane after my dinner and shower break after this map. To those who are interested in it, welcome to join me and ask questions and do some backseat gaming as well while I'm playing Chaosbane. I can show you so many builds, but most of them won't be viable for endgame in Chaosbane, just because of the current state of the game. But maybe with the patch next week, there will be some more balancing and some changes. We'll see. One thing's for sure, next week would be all about the Dwarven Engineer for me. Leveling her up to level 50 and finding all those items for her, the set items, and finding some builds with those set items. Figuring out what works, what doesn't. I'm still gonna be streaming other games next week, but my priority would be on Chaosbane for the next week, after the update hits. So I'm assuming it's probably gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, not Monday and not Friday, but who knows. I'm gonna love it if the update is tomorrow. Nice start of the week. Friday would be very bad date to release to release the the new update, because on Friday Diablo and Path of Exile are getting new leagues and seasons. So if they're clever, they would release it early in the week, so people who would be playing Diablo and Path of Exile but own Chaos Bane might want to get a few days of Chaos Bane before going back to their other games. And Blizzard made a very bad move. I'm not sure why Blizzard didn't decide to release their season like 2-3 weeks after the Path of Exile season. That way many people who got bored of Path of Exile could go and play a bit of Diablo in between the Path of Exile leaks and kind of alternate between the two games. Level 80 finally, nice. Getting there, close to 100. 20 more levels. How many more days would that be if I play every day? You mean Tencent? Yeah, Tencent is your typical conglomerate or whatever you want to call that big company. I think in Korea they call them chaebols or something like that. The people who own those companies. But yeah, Tencent in China kind of it's got its hold in games like Epic Games' Fortnite. It's got its hold in most of the mobile games out there. It's got its hold in Path of Exile. But if the game is nice and good, I wouldn't care whether some Chinese company has shares or not. I'm not that racist to kind of care whether it's a Chinese company or a European company or an American company that owns it. As long as they're not ruining the game with pay to win, I don't care, because they're just owning the shares, they're just shareholders. I don't play Path of Exile for many other reasons, but Tencent would be the last on my list of reasons why I don't play Path of Exile. There's many things I don't enjoy about the game, indeed. Garbage might be a bit of a harsh word, because as much as I like the game and it has the most amount of things I like in an ARPG, it also has the most things I don't like about a hack and slash game. So it's at the top of my both lists. that's the kind of game Path of Exile is to me. But everyone's free to like their own way of playing a game and trying to find a game that fits that way of playing the game. Path of Exile is just not for me. Wolsen is more suitable to be my game, but again, I'm not a big fan of the grind. And Wolsen kind of introduced the grind when they launched, which was not there during the beta and during the alpha. And the bugs. But the bugs are like things that can change. So is the grind. It's just numbers. Numbers can be changed on the back end. This game feels very nice right now. Playing Last Epoch at the moment, I feel I'm progressing fast enough with the levels. I wish Wolsen's leveling up speed was like this game. If I'm doing arena and high level monoliths, I'm getting enough XP to not feel like it's taking my leg and my kidney to get to the max level.
I am not a man of many pockets.
Alright, let's see what dropped. Deflection, evasion, amulets. Alright, the rest I don't need, so I'm just gonna pick up the yellows, I guess.
I
And
am not a
whatever
man
else I
of
can
many
get.
pockets.
But I'm really not familiarized regarding Path of Exile and how Tencent changed the game. What did Tencent do to Path of Exile? Because as far as I know, they're just shareholders. Are they telling the developers do this, do that, otherwise no money? I'm not sure what Tencent have to
I
do
am not a
with
man
Path
of
of
many
Exile,
pockets.
other than just buying shares. Of course, shareholders do have a say in a lot of the things, but not sure exactly what's happening there. Not familiarized with the subject that much. Well, they do. If they're the major shareholder, they can force the hand of the developer. But has it been confirmed that they have done it so far? Like, do we have proof that they've said, "Hey, don't do this, do it that way"? I mean, I'm not a big fan of many of the things in Path of Exile, as I said, but a lot of the things do feel nice in the game. So the game has a lot of original and nice ideas, and every leak has something unique about it. I may not
I am
like the
not
mechanics
a
of
man
every
of
leak,
many
but
pockets.
many of the leaks have been releasing interesting mechanics that are super original in most cases. Some could be boring, but that doesn't mean they're not original. Even original things can be boring. Like, I remember that when I was playing the Synthesis League, everyone was selling how stupid and boring and trashy the Synthesis League is. I was one of the few players who actually enjoyed the Synthesis League from day one. And I couldn't
I
understand
am
how
not
the
a man
veteran
of many
players of the
pockets.
game uh, didn't didn't like it. But I know that people like different things. Some people had high expectations after the other leaks that have been released, like the Delph leak and the Betrayal leak, and what was the other one before that? I keep forgetting. But yeah, people were expecting something nice. And Synthesis kind of didn't maybe fulfill the expectations of the people, and that's why probably many people were unhappy back then.
I am not a
And that was
man of
my
many
final leak.
pockets.
The final leak I played was Synthesis. After that, I've not returned to Path of Exile. But not because I didn't like the league, for many other reasons. How many items can I break? 4 items. Let's start with the big ones. Shatter this. Let's maybe pick something with a lot of stats. This is glancing blows and crit strike avoidance. Crit strike avoidance, damage over time. Wait, damage over time, is it? It's a prefix. That means I can add glancing blows. Maybe waste that mana there, that 34 mana. Is the mana? Yeah, it is. crit avoidance and woes are suffixes, so this won't do me much good due to the elemental protection being there. So yeah, let's just do it. I got some runes, so now it's the time to try and make a good ring. So with this ring I wanna get more glancing bows. And I want the set one as well. Now I want the dodge rating. So if I take this ring, now I'm 33 dodge, and if I do this armor, I am at 31 dodge rating and 99% glancing bows. And with the other ring in the other armor, I've got more dodge and more glancing bows still. So this ring still needs some more upgrades on the dodge department, and then I can change to this armor. Getting there. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for now. I need my dinner, I need a shower, and then I'm gonna return and stream some Warhammer Chaos Bane as a warm-up for the update coming next week. So thanks folks for watching. I'll be back in about like an hour or so. Keep it cool and until next time. Goodbye and thank you again.